Greetings, 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 family. Oh, yes, this is going to be a show, family. This is going to be a show. This is going to be a show. Your brother King Simon is here. Lloyd Strayhorn is in the backstage, ready to come on up. I see him. We're going to bring him in momentarily. Oh, yes. Just wanted to waken y'all up to some stuff. Waking y'all up, wake y'all up, wake y'all up, wake y'all up. Want to remind y'all to contact Lloyd Strayhorn. Call 1-800-581-4401 or www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. And to contact yours sincerely, King Simon. Text 347-496-1022. Use WhatsApp if you're outside of the United States. If outside of the United States, use WhatsApp, and also go to my website and join the fun, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Oh man, I am honored to have one of my beloved brothers with me. We go back all the way to the 80s. But yet we confirmed our connection and our relationships in the 90s. And since then, he has been a teacher, a jejna, a guide. I don't say mentor because we know the denotative meanings and the connotative meanings that follows the mentor, especially in Greek society. We ain't into that touring of no men. We're not into that. I'm sorry. That's not our thing. So enough respect to all of you out there that are going through some stuff, that are ready to turn up. I'm going to bring on our beloved friend, our beloved astronumerologist, the world-renowned, the one, the only, Baba Lloyd Strayhorn. Baba Lloyd, how are you, sir?
Simon, it's okay. I'm going to get you when I interview you. You watch, okay? You're going to get your turn down there. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, sir. I'm good. I am wonderful. Yeah. I'm wonderful. Playing this meditative music behind us.
Well, that's
good. Sharing the love and spreading the love. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine, man.
How you feeling today, Baba?
I am so happy to be
That's
me.
Good.
I was telling somebody, it took me a long time to learn how to love myself. It may sound strange, but we all have issues or challenges growing up. There's something you don't like. You don't like your nose. You don't like your height. You don't something you don't like. Now understanding that God says, listen, this is the package you came in, and therefore you got to make the best of what you got, period.
Right.
And once you learn that, then I was okay. I was okay after that. So it took me a while because I wanted to be everybody but me at that point.
Yes. And, that's funny because the interview that I did last night with Dr. Angela, aka Black Love, she said basically the same thing in her book. It's your fault because she said the best love is the love for self.
Self-love. Exactly right, Simon.
Self-love. Exactly very right. Important. So, I read through that book and, she was in those groups with us back in the day, but that was, she came after us, she came after us.
Yeah, we all gotta learn, Simon. But it's been a wonderful experience, and I really do, in every sense of the word, consider you as my brother. We just come from different mothers, but I mean we're brothers. That's the long and the short of it. Okay, yes, nothing else needs to be told. I don't know whether it's the best lighting in the world. Maybe I need to kind of see if I can put some more lights on the subject. All I'm seeing is a lot of reflection.
Yeah, where's your lights? Yeah, what happened to your lights, sir?
Well, I tell you what, if you put me on a pause a second and talk, I'll try to get something quick. It should only be a minute.
No problem. I'll put you there. Okay, there's it. We have him in the backstage. Yes, today, family. Off the heels of what Brother Rich did, it won't be as deeply spiritual praying in the sense that Brother Rich did with the beautiful Queen of Four, Sister Vicky, and Uncle Rising Sun, and Professor James Smalls, and of course Blue Pill, and I think of course Uncle Rising Sun, but we will, and Supernova Slum. They was all in that prayer, that meditation. Let's welcome back Baba Lloyd Strayhorn.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, sir. Yes, they're looking good, man. We got our books and our stuff behind us. That's good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about.
Your books here. Your books are along here. Your books. All these books are my people I've met. Everybody I've had the pleasure meeting. All of those are my autograph copies. So you amongst them.
Yes, sir.
When you publish more, I will just add more of the autograph copies there to my collection. All right, just that's it. I can't wait for you.
Oh yes. Well, you know, I was just talking about what Brother Rich did on his station with Queen of Four and Uncle Rising Sun. They had a prayer. They had a prayer for love and peace of the earth. And I said, I'm just going to come on the heels and just and invite my one of my teachers on who did in his book also presented meditative ways for each number. You know what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, I want everybody to, you know, share the video. There's 60 of us on here now. Share and like. So stop as we come. Don't be a hater. Share so we can relate to each other better. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. Spread love. We got to spread love. That's what it's all about for us. And Lloyd has been spreading his talent and his love for many, 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 many moons. And I am trying to catch up to that moon. Spreading that love.
You'll get there. You'll get there, Simon. You're very ready.
Yes, sir. So a lot of you are here and getting ready for the meditation. We won't be here that long. We're just gonna cover some stuff. And I'm actually gonna share screen and put up what Lloyd put in his book, the plaques that I produced for him some years ago. And I want to share screen. I'm going to share screen, Lloyd, because we got it up here. We got a matter of fact, we're going to go and bring it up right now. This is one of them.
You got to teach me how to do this, Simon. I don't know how to do this yet. Okay. Listen, for those of you who are tuning in, I have to thank Simon for bringing me into the 21st century with the technology.
Yes,
I love my PowerPoint because of him. I now have StreamYard this service because of him, but I don't have all the bells and whistles like he's got yet. So I got to figure out how you're doing that. So anyway, yes, good.
Well, as I was playing the meditative music in the back, I just want you to share your wisdom, and I will share my interpretation of the wisdom that you offered here, and we can go from there, Baba, because that's what it's all about for me. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see, that's your meditative plaque, your meditation, and it's in his book. And it's in his book, Numbers and You. I want everybody to be clear that this is already in his book, but I wanted to, I have included this in my next book because my book is called Numbers, Numerovation and Mental Stability. And I believe that what he offered, and I did ask him and tell him that I was going to do this. I put this in each and every chapter from 1 to 9. Each one of these meditative plaques that you're about to hear from his voice, and then my interpretation from my point of view. And then, just remember, this is all pertaining to each and every one of you that are born under some number. So, Lloyd, you could take the floor. This is yours. Please share the love. And first, why did you add this into your book?
Well, actually, it's the very last chapter of the book on page 384.
Yes.
Of all the chapters, it is about really going deep, shall we say, going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And meditation has been it's tens of thousands of years old. And it's a way for people who may not understand of getting in touch with the other part of your mind called the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind knows everything. It knows things even you don't know yet. The subconscious mind doesn't forget a thing. If you know how to tap into it properly, it can recall things that you knew when you were 6 months old, things that you would forget now as an adult. But what it does is it quietly gives you answers within yourself, because all of the answers are within ourselves. It's just a matter of how to bring it out. And one of them is through the art of meditation. Now, meditation requires a couple of things, like, trying to grab some space to yourself without distraction. In New York City, at least where I live at, is kind of hard sometimes, but and also to take some deep breaths, but to kind of realize that it may take about 10 or 20 minutes. Now, that seems to be difficult for a lot of people because the five senses are always active.
Right.
And since, as you know, Simon, we're overloaded with things now, from TVs to radios to flat screens to your cell phones. I mean, it's almost like information overload. So a person would find it hard to even sit still for a couple of minutes. But what I do is I suggested in my book that when you sit down, meditate on your number. And it's so interesting. We would start off with the number 1, which is you. Okay. And so what happens is, if a person's a number 7, visualize that. Well, whatever your birth number is, visualize and hold that number. By visualizing that number in the mind, it seems like the person can hold on to getting to that meditation level quicker. Okay. As again saying, I'm going to close my eyes, try to imagine nothing's going on, and your brain is doing this, your senses is doing that, your ears are picking up signals, your smell is picking up. So there are all kinds of signals coming in through the 5 senses, but this is one way. So I said, for those that are born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, or the 28th, or if they come under the signs of Leo or Aquarius, to visualize a oneness, because that oneness of purpose. They're already very centered, and they realize that this oneness is part of the Creator in the divine scheme of things. It says here, you see yourself setting goals, and this is what you got to do. You got to visualize these things in your mind. This will help you with the meditation. But if you're saying, well, I'm going to go blank and try to keep your eyes closed, there's either a sound that's going to distract you or something. So focus on your number instead. Okay. And that will help. So, for example, for people that are number 2s, if you can go to the next one, I got to find out how you did this, man. You got to show me how you did this, Simon. But anyway, 2 is a partnership number. 2 represents the yin and the yang, the up and the down, the day and the night, the open and close. And as a result, think of things in a collective fashion. As I said, for the partnership of the universal mind and spirit, they should see themselves as a light reflection, because 2s tend to bounce things off. This is why two people are always called in for, resolving the issues, resolving the disputes and things like that. So this is a very, very good way. And thank you very much for taking this exactly from the book, Simon, because this way, while I'm talking, I'm just giving an overview, but this will let people read to really see for themselves some of the other details of how I explained it. But focus on your number. So, for example, you can have a person who's a 2 in there, they're seeing the 2 in their mind, and then all of a sudden conjures incidences that took place around the 2 or something of that nature. But it's about being peaceful. And that's the whole point of meditation too, to still the body of its activities, the mind anyway, the conscious mind. So the subconscious mind can come to the foreground to provide the answers you're looking for. So that's the point. Now with number 3s, for example.
Hold on 1 second, Lloyd. I just want people to know that look at the colors, because every color that I put it under is also resonates with the number. Every color.
That 2 rules green.
Yes, I made sure I didn't put all the colors, but I made sure I put the colors that it most resonate with. So
the primary color,
the primary color. So as we go into number 3 now, there we go.
Yeah, and this is lavender, and this is one of my favorite colors that you can tell just looking at my website. But 3 is always positive. So 3 should see in their mind the best part of themselves, the best part of people. It's easy for us to knock one another, but show me that part that you don't get to see. And it's about looking at the best in the person. Look at the more positive side of the person, visualizing the youthfulness and the vitality, and bringing forth all that creative energy that youthful people and youthful children and youthful adults, period, would express. It's a matter of, since 3 is a positive number that they think positive, They think in proactive terms. They think in big terms. And if they do that, they'll get results. So the more they visualize themselves growing, the bigger they will make those manifestations. So 3 being a good luck cycle, the rule by Jupiter. By focusing on the 3, they should find that things will open up for them. But I found that focusing on the number helps them. It's like an anchor. You know what I'm saying, Simon?
Mhm.
Where they got something to hang on to. But if they just closing their eyes and they have no point of reference, it gets distracting because now they want to know how long they've been sitting there. And they look at their watch and only 30 seconds has passed because people have no patience nowadays, okay?
Mhm.
But meditation, I mean, I tell you this, even if you got to start off with 5 minutes and build up, I think on average it takes, 15, 20 minutes, unless like you're a real guru, like the person who's born July the 6th, the Dalai Lama,
Dalai
where
Lama.
he meditates hours on that and see that, but he's at a very, very high level and that's his dedication. But for the average person, they only need a short amount of time to
Yes.
get in touch with the inner part of their mind, to let it, and by being quiet, the subconscious will actually bring to the conscious mind answers to solutions, answers to problems you've had, or whatever the case is. And so it is very important. So next, for those that are born on the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st, or under the sign of Aquarius, like Simon and I, and this is the age of Aquarius, Simon. So I ain't talking about we got bragging rights, but we got a little bragging rights over, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, we
Now,
do.
4 represents structure, organization. So visualize divine order, that everything has its place, everything has its purpose, everything has its role, everything has its goal. And it's just about being, in that sense. Now, because 4, on the other hand, is kind of advanced, unique, thinking outside the box, perhaps you might think of that too. But just visualize a 4 and everything associated with it. And you would be surprised how many related incidences or related images or notes or events will come to you in a 4 type of way. And I noticed too, Simon, when you talk to people, if you, Simon and I are so good at this, we can listen to a person talk and almost tell from the number they're throwing around, probably either represents their sign or their date of birth. So when I saw Tiffany Haddish, first time before knowing her birthday, the famous comic now, she
Yep.
mentioned 3 and this and that. And I says, I wonder if she's a Sagittarius or if she's a 3. Well, she turned out to be a Sagittarius 3 person.
Exactly.
But you and I and others that really dedicate ourselves to this know that just the language will tell a lot
Right.
about the possible subconscious of the person's name or birthday. And this is the way of being different, but at the same time, thinking the ways of being more structured and organized in your life and how you can be better to serve your home, your family, the community as well. Now, number 5, 5 people are born on the 5th, the 14th, the 23rd, or if they're in the Gemini or Virgos, they gotta, each number rules an element, and 5 rules the element of air. So if they think of themselves as the wind being free flowing, air isn't in one corner of your house and one corner of my house. Air is everywhere we go out here, okay? And so that's why I tell people of all the elements of earth, fire, water, you can get along without them for a minute, but air, only a couple of minutes, your brain is deprived, it'll never return to normal.
Exactly.
So I have to say it in a certain way so people don't get jealous. I can't help it. I'm an air sign. That's my mom says, it's your turn. Like your mother said, it's your turn.
Exactly.
But each element is just as important. But air is about free flowing, no boundaries, no limits. And so just see yourself as a breeze, so to speak, flowing, flying around or whatever. Take your imagination and explore the 5 senses and what they mean and bring them into your meditation. One of the best ways in visualizing something, which is close to meditation, is to bring the 5 senses into the visualization. For example, you can smell something cooking. You can mentally touch something. You can mentally hear the person saying how much they care for you. I mean, so getting the 5 senses into your meditation as well as visualization is what will speed up the process and actually bring those subconscious things that have been down and bring them to the surface for you. And so it just being open to all the possibilities and opportunities that will present themselves. Next is number 6. Now, 6 rules anybody born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th, or if they're coming under the sign of Taurus or Libra. Now, 6 is like the 2. These are the cosmic mothers and fathers in the number scope. They love to advise, they love to counsel, they love to be protective, they love to nurture. It's always a work in progress. So with a 6 person, they should visualize themselves offering help and assistance, seeing people even reach out to them for need of help or assistance, and seeing it and ending that visualization or meditation with a kind of like a positive note. And all the meditation should kind of end on a positive note. Now, for those who are new to this, the newbies, at first meditating is going to be long, especially if you got to say, gee, I got to sit here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If that's how you're going to go in, it's going to be difficult, but you'll be surprised. And if you go in open mind, focus on your number, the next thing you know, 10, 15 minutes will pass before you even know it. Okay. So these are the things that are very important. And to see the beauty and the dignity in the world around you with meditation and aiming for perfection. So next would be the number 7. Okay. That is anybody born on the 7th, the 16th, or the 25th of any month, or if they come under Cancer or Pisces, respectfully. First of all, this is the natural home of meditation, prayer, and all things spiritual, metaphysical, or occult. Okay, it rules nature. It rules the 7 principles of 7 days in a week, 7 notes in a rainbow, 7 colors in the spectrum. I mean, 7 to 52 days in a week. I mean, it's just that kind of thing. So 7s, when they go deep, they really go deep, and the protection seems to come from on high. They need to recognize the wonderment of their creative wisdom and their desire to get things done, and see themselves and see 7 being a magnetic number. Part of the 7 energy you visualize on is see that 7 image turning into a magnet, drawing whatever it wants to them. This is a challenging time for people in the 7 because it's about spirituality rather than how much money you got, how many ladies or relationships you got. So if they can just visualize or think of themselves as a magnet, then they can draw to them that part that's most common, like relationships, those parts like monies or career and whatnot. But the point is seeing yourself function at a higher mind, a higher purpose, and being divinely protected. That will do you wonders. Next will be the number 8. That is people born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of the month. And yes, black is the color. And it also rules Capricorns in the minor way, Aquarius, and exaltations in Libra as a sign. Well, 8 is always the philosophical number anyway. So this is perfect for an 8 actually to get into the meditation, to go deep, to go within. One thing about 7s or 8s, they can be very detached. So if they can detach their bodies from their mind, so to speak, and just focus on it through the deep breathing and relaxation and focus on the breathing and get deeper, it'll really take them over the top to really get into those more deeper metaphysical sides of things. But it's about sharing the wisdom, sharing the knowledge, and just putting things together in terms of the power, because 8 is a power number. So visualize the power within themselves. You have the power to make things happen. You have the power to make decisions. You have the power to change your life. And I forgot what movie it was that came out a while ago. I think it was with Tom Hanks, but it was because of one decision, it literally changed his life. And this is what meditation can do for all of us. Okay. It'll allow you to open up doors that were blocked because we are distracted by the conscious mind and all being bombarded with all of the information that's coming in. So then finally, there's the number 9, born on the 9th, the 18th, or the 27th, or if they, Simon, you got to show me how to do this, man. Anyway, or if they come, or if they come under the or sign of Aries, Scorpio, and in a minor way, Leo. 9 is universal. 9 is global. 9 is international. And so for all people who are having that 9, you got to think globally. You got to think universally. You got to think beyond the color, the gender. So all of this is happening now, for example, because of the unfortunate and tragic demise of George Floyd. Notice how, and I don't know his his birthday. I've been trying to get his birthday. I know you'll probably get it at some point, Simon. But I says, whoever this is, who would have ever imagined that this guy who had just went into the store for something would come back and within 10 minutes expire from this existence, but set into motion something that is ripple across this whole country and even ripple around the world. Everybody knows George Floyd. So if somebody says, listen, man, you go in this store, 15 minutes later, you come out, you may not be here, but your name will be here. He'd probably said, man, what are you talking about? Such is life sometimes. So what I'm saying is for people who are 9, for those who are narrow-minded, you're not going to work. You must be open, you must be receptive, and you must think in terms of universal things. Universally, we all protect our families. Universally, we all eat to provide the nourishment so we can exist. Universally, we all have to clothe ourselves to protect ourselves from the elements. It doesn't belong to one ethnicity or one group. All of us have to eat. All of us have to protect ourselves from the elements, and all of us have to provide food and shelter for families. So if a 9 is thinking like this, he will rise above the little pettiness. Oh, you this color, you that color. You short or you tall, you fat or you skinny. You of this religion, that religion. We're all in the same boat, Simon. Period.
Yes. George Floyd's birthday is October 14th, 1973.
Oh, that is his birthday, October 14th?
Yes.
I knew you knew.
I looked it up and it came up. Yeah, it came up.
Now they have another George Floyd that played for the New York Jets, but he's 59 years old. So I knew that wasn't him. He was born, they had him born on the 21st of the month. But if he's born October the 14th, then that says a lot too. Yes. But 5 is a publicity number. 5 rules the public. 5 rules branding. It rules communications. It rules getting the name out there. But that is a very unfortunate way to bring about. But actually, his passing, unfortunately, has ripped off the ugliness that's been happening for us for years. And see, that was caught on video. Imagine the things that have not been caught on video. Where their word against our word, and it's always going to be their word.
And what's so funny, Lloyd, if you go from birthday to birthday, he would be in a 9-year cycle.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
This year.
Yeah.
For his birthday, he's feeling the 1, but he was in a 9 if you go from birthday to birthday, not year to year.
Yeah. And then I'm looking at also his personal year would have been in a 1 personal year. This happened in May, which is 6. And so that should have been friendly to him, but it was on the 25th, which would have made it a 4-day for him, which would have been oppositional. So it's those kind of things. But be that as it may, he has set into motion an awareness that everybody can see. I'm glad that they finally going to pass a law here. The city council is about to pass a law for people who act up where they want to call a person because he don't look like them, like the lady in Central Park, Plummer, Amy Plummer, for example. When the man told her she was in the section of the park where she needs to leash her dog, put the leash on the dog, okay? And so it wasn't that he was stepping out of bounds. It's just that, listen, you're in the part of this Central Park that services a lot of different activities, all depending on what you want. And she called the police on him, fronting like he was about to attack her. But they've now just passed a law with the city council that there will be consequences for that. There will be consequences for white people calling the police on us because of whatever their paranoia is, okay? And so that's all I'm saying. And they should have had this a long time ago. And maybe people would think twice, because what happened, not only did she lose her dog, she lost her job too. And so if after all things settle, even with an apology, but this is all the ugliness that some of them have to work out within themselves. This is not our problem. We did not come up with this thing of racism. This is not us. That's like us saying, well, we passed a law to discriminate against ourselves. And if you believe that, I got a bridge right in my refrigerator that I can say you cheap. Okay.
Lloyd, I want to get into something myself, and I want to describe it from my interpretation of the meditation.
Good.
Now I want everybody, Lloyd, I'm going to put myself up front real quick, and
please do.
Let you know back, and no problem. I want everybody. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want everybody to relax. I want everybody to relax because I'm going to tell you a metaphysics story from the 0 all the way to the 9. I'm going to play some meditation music in the background here. And I want everybody to think. I want to think because we're talking about creation. From creation, from the very void. I want y'all to relax. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to show my face. I want y'all to just hear my voice and the music behind it. Everybody think. Everybody go back. I want everybody to take a deep breath. 3 deep breaths. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Ready? Let's go. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go back into time, family. Let's go back into the 0, which in the metaphysics of numbers, numerology and numerovation, it represents the void. It represents a state of mind. It represents the extreme messenger. Understand that numbers are a guiding tool. And remember, 0 is the womb that all numbers came out of. It is everything but nothing at the same time. 0 is the infinite number of all numbers because all numbers came out of the infinite. The 0 is limitless, and it is a limitless symbol. And those who possess it have great potential and possibilities. Now, out of the 0 came the 1. The 1 is the male energy that came forth. Remember, the 0 is the feminine. The 1 is the male. And out of the 0 came the male energy. And that male energy was the 1 that was the individual energy. It represents individuality. It represents being one, considered one, a person born one. But then within the 1, the 2 came out. And the 2 is the feminine energy that we must learn to recognize. And that feminine energy of the number 2 is when you see the union of man and woman coming together, because that number 2 represents companionship and union. It is considered the duality number. Help, assistance, union, companionship, the willingness to help without hesitation. That's when the female energy came together with that 1 and now produced the number 3. That's the man, woman, and child becoming one. But that 3 represents expression and expansion. So that 3 expanded. And when the 3, the man, woman, and child realized that they needed a home, they made the number 4, which represents the foundation, the laying of the foundation, the building of the foundation to protect themselves from the elements. They made the foundation and the structure, which is the 4. And once they made the 4 and that structure and that dominated structure that laid that firm foundation, the 5 represented the expansion, because now man had to go out of the house to expand, to now provide for his family. So that 5 represents expansion, versatility, change, movement, and the continuation of movement. And then thus forth, that 5 led into the number 6, which is the balance and the need to make family secured on a balanced level. And within that family, the spiritual essence of things came out. So the 7 came about, and 7 represents that spiritual movement, that spiritual growth, that God energy that everybody talks about, that God rested on the 7th day. 7 is the researcher, the meditative energy, the intuitive energy. And once man has decided to learn to be a researcher of what he needs to do and a meditator of what he needs to do to take it to the next level, that 8, that power, that executive, that ancestral connection, that old soul build and destroy energy comes into fruition and start manifesting great things. And after he's done all of his manifestation and all of his survival skills have manifested all down the numbers of time, then number 9 steps into fruition and manifests the great potential of the number 9, because 9 represents completion. It represents universality. It represents growth. It represents expansion on another higher level of peace, love, and unity on the ultimate universal level. Then from there, it goes into the visionary level of the number 11. 11 represents the spiritual mastery and the illumination. It represents the master number, the spiritual awakening. And from that number 11, we get the master number 22. Material mastery, potential, master builder, taking things to the next height on another level. So understand that each one of the numbers that you are hearing from my voice and what you've heard from Lloyd have esoteric meanings, even beyond, because numbers are limitless. And once you realize that numbers are limitless, family, there's nothing that you cannot do without the numbers. Nothing in this universe. If every so-called physicist, astrophysicist is saying that the universe is mathematics, then bear witness that you are also mathematics in your own way, and you must learn to apply the mathematics. Thus, my brother and I, Lloyd Strayhorn and I, we do what we do on multiple levels, and we continue to do what we do on multiple levels. I respect my brother for he's one of my teachers, and my brother has been doing his work for a long time, and I like to show all the love to you. I hope y'all enjoyed that quick meditation and that quick story that I had to offer. Lloyd, how you doing, brother? Hold on one second. Where you at, my brother? I got you. How you doing?
I'm right here. That was a wonderful thing, man. I mean, you have first of all, you're a walking talent house. You're a walking history buff. People should get your autograph. They know what I knew about you, really. It's like that, Simon. And thanks to you, as I said, the community, the metaphysical community was real strong during the 70s through the Tree of Life and whatnot through the 80s. But there was something that you did that revived it. And so everybody really needs to, tip their hat off to you for renewing this interest and really taking it to a whole nother level, Simon. So you had the grace from Dr. Africa, Dr. Sabi, Dr. What's the other Aquarian that you showed the other day? Some videos of him. Dr. Blair. Dr. Blair. And then goodness knows who in the martial arts. And I mean, the music world. I mean, Simon, I'm glad to know you, buddy. Okay?
Right.
For real. That's for real.
People are asking about the number 33. The only reason I didn't mention the 33 because I mentioned all really dealing with the calendar dates, family. But 33 is master healer and master teacher. And those who possess that, I tell people, Lloyd, a lot of times, those, and especially in my Numerovation sessions, I tell people those who possess that master healing number usually have gone through the most hurt. Because those that have gone through the most hurt usually has to go through the ones able to heal the most also. Yeah. And some of the people, and the people I noticed that talk about the 33 have some Masonic background. Yes. Because when a person is a Mason, when they become a Shriner, that means they've reached 33 degrees. So that is a very special number to them. But traditionally, it's always been 11 and 22. Yes. Now, Faith Divine and Dusty Bunker, in their book, they have a book. It's on the master number 11 and 22 and 33 and 44, 55, 66. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I understand where they're coming from, but I like to stick to the traditional, well-known master numbers, which you and I are familiar with, which is 11 and 22. Right. And those numbers actually, and I want to stress to everybody, those numbers show up in people's charts.
Yeah.
Every one of them. And like I've said in the class that we did in Brooklyn last year at the at the Cosmos
Oh
Center.
yeah.
You
It
know,
was
I
September
said
22nd, June 22nd.
June 22nd. No, that's my grandmother's birthday. This will be a year since, that's my grandmother. So
Yeah,
understand that numbers are endless and the interpretations are endless and will evolve because there is the basis that me and Lloyd and I know. But as we go into the 3,000s and the 4,000 years, it's going to evolve. It
yeah,
but
yeah.
it will never go out of style because the base of the numbers, the foundation of the numbers are over thousands and thousands of years from our ancestry. Note that black physicists and string physicists like Mr. Gates, James Gates, and of course Neil deGrasse Tyson. James Gates is born December 15th. Neil deGrasse Tyson is born October 5th.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's so interesting when they said that Pythagorean got the numbers 1,000 years later from us. They're saying it now. They're saying that we already knew about the numbers.
Yeah.
And then that great book that you and I have, Lloyd, that great book that you and I have, Africa Counts, was also
by Madame Blavatsky.
Yes, Blavatsky, right,
Yeah.
And she had John Henry Clark. She had John Henry Clark do the introduction.
And you wonder why, right?
Exactly.
And then remember when I had Dr. Ben on my show, when I was on LIB doing the numbers in you, he explained when he went to Egypt, all of the hieroglyphs, of the zodiac signs was on the wall of Egypt.
Yes.
Numbers, That's right. And if you notice, my thing is, why is it, if we did not have this skill, why is it that the Pyramid of Giza is built at the exact center of the earth? You do not do that willy-nilly. Sorry. And the ground that is done in constellations with the heavens and the movement of the stars and the sun and all that stuff. It's all tied in. And to this day, they still haven't figured out how each block, which weighed tons and tons in and of itself, was erected to build those pyramids. Yes. I mean, it's just the most amazing thing. And we are an amazing people. And I don't know why people have a problem with it. Not unless people just want us kept ignorant. Yes. Deaf, dumb, and blind, as the messenger would say. Okay. But that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Not now.
Lloyd, what for history's sake, and since we are in front of now 143 people that's watching us live and direct, for history's sake, what intrigued you about the numbers, and what should people? Because you was just reading your meditation, and I tell everybody, work on those numbers that are connected with you. If you're going to do a meditation, let's say you do a meditation, you're born on the 19th. Try to do it for 19 minutes.
Right. And so like that.
Right. Yeah. If you're born on the 10th, do it for 10 minutes. If you're born on the 1, you do it for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Start practicing your meditation just like that and get your breathing techniques. A good book that I have is called De Silva's Mind Method.
Jose Silva.
Yes.
Jose Silva. Born August 11th.
Yes, he is. That's right. I got the book. I can book it right here, brother. Book it right here, brother. And it's in plastic. Very good book.
I got this book too, Silver Mind Control by Jose Silva.
Silver Mind Control. Yeah. Good book on August 11th is his birthday. A master number. Go figure.
Thank you. We just talked about it too.
And 11 is that's master spiritual number of revelatory energy and visionary. So meditation was very good, and it was helpful to this.
Notice how he deals with the higher mind, which is perfect for 11.
Yes.
Okay. He couldn't have made that perfect for him.
You know what I'm saying? So, but with you, Lloyd, what intrigued you to get into the numbers from a deeper and more intimate perspective? From my perspective, it was definitely through Islam or through the 5%. But when I heard you say, do what you do on LIB BLS back in the day, and I called in and you did what you did on the air, that just carried me over the hump. After going through the Islamic way and the 5% and the Nation of Islam way, you carried me over the hump. What led you?
When I was growing up, I was always shy. I'm bashful. So when you be blowing me up like that, it's like, yo, Simon, what? So I'd always been kind of that way. But what happens is, because of my shyness, I knew I don't know how I kind of came upon the subject of astrology, but it stuck right away. So then I says, well, let me look up Aquarians. That's my sign. And as I began to look at my sign, then it added to my confidence. Famous people born on that sign. Most of the people in the Hall of Fame are born under Aquarius. And most of the people under the Hall of Crime is also born under the sign of Aquarius, too, ironically. But the point is that it made me look at myself. And then the more I looked at myself, the more I find that everybody has an interest in who they are. So I did with the astrology. It drove me kind of crazy because somebody would have me do their chart. They say, this is the time. When I bring the chart back, it wasn't that time. It was another time, which means I might as well throw that chart away and start all over. But with numerology, it was so much easier. The numbers went from 1 to 9. I said, Lord, you got 10 fingers. You can handle this, okay? So, and then it just led to a wonderful love affair. So people to this day, Simon, think I'm a great mathematician. Damn, not true. Got A's and B's in college in math and statistics and stuff. Being not true. I was the worst. I ain't gonna tell you some of the grades I got, but they were embarrassingly low. Okay.
Hold on 1 second, Lord. Big up to Sinetta in the Sinetta Studios in the building. Big up to Sinetta. Aries. April
6th.
Yes,
all
sir.
right. This is a good day for him too, because 8s and 6s get along. He should be a pretty good day for him for some money. Simon and I will call you right after the show. Okay, it'll be like that. But this is what led to it, and what happens is I remember telling my parents that I wanted to be this numerologist. Well, Simon, they thought I said neurologist, which is a doctor that studies the nervous system. So about a couple of weeks later, my dad asked again, what was that you want to study? And I says, numerology. Then his next question as a dad is with all kids, okay, fine, you want to study that. What is it? And can you make a living? I had no idea. I had no clue. I just had a passion. And sometimes when you do that, you gotta follow your passions, even though it's, sometimes people think that everything has to be laid out up the road in the future, like a movie or episode. But real life don't go like that. I struggled for a long time. I even asked myself, was I crazy? That, Lord, you could have kept your 9 to 5 with your perks and bonuses and vacation pay and all that stuff. But yes, I would have been completely miserable too, because I wasn't at that time. But when you find something you love and passionate, and so people now even ask, they say, Lloyd, you have a job? Well, this is not a job for me. This is a passion. So you and I are very passionate about what we do, which is why we've written books on it. Yes. And I tell people to this day, I wish I wrote the book, Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated by King Simon. Because if I could snatch that title and get away with it, I would. Because that is the most profound thing. Numbers are incredibly simple.
Yes.
2 + 2 is 4, damn it.
That's right.
It's in people that is not as simple.
That's right.
And because one of the things, as you know, in our experience, and I teach students, is you got to also look at the background of the person. The person can have so-called good numbers, but come from a very poor background. No love, no support, no education, drug abuse, all kinds of things. And yet you can have another person with so-called average numbers, but they come out in an environment where they bring out the best in what they do have.
Right.
So environment counts too. Environment definitely plays a role.
Lloyd, it's and I want everybody to know that numbers have been such a wonderful part of my life and me surviving.
Yes.
Because in my book, I really recall each time that I thought about taking my life and they was under some challenge number or some stress number. When I look back in time,
interesting.
Then I also mentioned in my new book, and I want to shout out my new book. Let me shout out my new book and let everybody know that you can actually pre-order it now. It's on. You can pre-order it if you don't mind, Lloyd. I'm just going to do that real quick.
No. Excuse me. What do you mean? I want to buy it, so I need to know what it is. Are you serious?
Yeah. Now you can pre-order my next book called Numerovation for Mental Stability at Shopify store. right now. You could order it, right? You could pre-order it. It will, and read all the description in there, because we're gonna I'm actually gonna be sending it out by between August and September, depending on how the mail and how everything is going as far as what's happening in my editing. Definitely be patient with me. Between August and September and October, that's when all the books will be sent out. But if you do the pre-order, the shipping and handling is all included in the price. And the price, Simon. The price is $41.41.
Okay.
So because it's definitely, and it's going to be signed. I'm going to do the signed copies and stuff, and we're just going to make sure. I'm just going to sign it, not put no names to it, because they say it's usually worth more when you sign it just with your signature than put a name that you're signing it to. So it's worth more later on. So please, like I was saying, Lloyd, I put my grandmother, who was born July 7th, who also went through mental issues, and we know how sevens can be, and what And I put my grandfather's, who I didn't know his birthday, but his name was Claude, and it added up to the number 22, which is a 4, which he eventually took his own life, because. And we know that the 4 is a suicide.
That's exactly
right. So, again, I've seen the patterns in my family of this. So I'm studying patterns and sequences. So that's why it's important for you to know your numbers and not just focus on the life path or all your numbers go through your chart, and all of them mean something significant for each and every one. If you're ready to activate each and every one of them, you got to activate them, because I like to say to people when they call me, I tell them, Lloyd, I said, look, I don't do readings. Y'all have been read already, and most of y'all know yourself already. Y'all need to activate your numbers so it can work for you and stop playing with this. Because Lloyd, people actually think this is entertainment, and for us, this is really love and livelihood.
We are dead serious about it. This is no joke.
For you to do it over for the amount of years you're doing it, and for me to come in and do it, and Kai, we are dead serious with this, because obviously it helped you and it's helped me. It's helped Polite. Polite wrote a book. Polite wrote a book about it, and he was watching us do what we do. And his book. So I know
the influence, because I mean, I've taught so many students over the years, but when I came across you to me were exceptional. That's why I said you got to write a book, because I don't tell everybody I teach you got to write a book. But I've been doing this so long, and look how you come up with your concepts. So you're absolutely right. In the year 3000 and stuff, there'll be different concepts that come from you, that come from Brandon Smith, that comes from Jackie Levine, that comes from Kaya French, and all the people that we've met and taught along the way. They will develop their own concepts as you're developing yours, Numerovation. And especially for mental stability, because brother, a lot of people out here are going through a lot of emotional and psychological crisis, being shut in. They said how depression was up, abuse of your children, your mates are up. So they need a book like yours, Simon, to understand and tap in, so they can find that balance, that central point that makes them better.
And I'm gonna, and you know me, Lloyd. I'm gonna keep it straight to the point and simple. You know me. I want to be direct.
You wouldn't be a number 1 if you didn't do that, okay?
It's going to be 200 pages or 250, but I'm telling you, I'm going to keep it straight to the point, simple. I'm knocking out all of the dust. I got to knock out all the dust and go right through.
People need time. And nowadays, when people go for the truth, they try to seek it from somebody who's going to sugarcoat it. Okay, Lloyd, that's okay. The next time.
I can't.
With ones and nines, like, that was dumb, and you got both of them too. You got both the one and I know you straight up. So my thing is, I would say for person want to go to truth, don't call King Simon. And it's not that you're mean; you're just honest. But in the honesty, people interpret it as mean, so you can't win sometimes.
And that's why I tell my children, don't ask me the questions if you don't want to know it. Because I'm gonna go find out. If I don't know it, I'm gonna go find out, and then I'm gonna tell you. And
I'm filtered. See, so they would say you don't have a filter, but you do. And I mean, but you've done this enough and you're professional enough. We help people, but honesty always counts. That's the only way we can help them.
Right.
That's how you can go to your doctor and lie to him about your health and expect him to help you. It's impossible. You just can't do that. So at least you did certain areas of your life. You need to be just straight up. Listen, I dropped the ball. Listen, I'm a knucklehead with this. This is not my strong point. So we can help the persons in front of us. And Simon, we've helped a lot of people, and we've got a lot more people to help along the way in life. So that's what's going to make it nice. That,
Lord,
and that is our legacy. That is our legacy. Many people that we've helped, Simon. Of course, we could say legacies. We've authored books. We've met greats like Dr. Africa Sabi and tons of people like that. Shahara Ali. You know what I'm saying?
Background, Dr. Khalid Muhammad.
Yeah, Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? What's January 14th, right? January 14th?
January 12th. January 12th.
That's it. Well, for some reason I get his 3 and 5 mixed up. But they showed something on Phil Donahue back in the day. And he was scaring people up in there. But you know what? Knowing what we know in our consciousness, he was coming from the truth.
Yes, he was. And him and his son is doing motivational speaking now, Dr. Farrah Gray. I'm looking to get him on this show also.
That's my good buddy too. Yeah, he stays in touch with me now and then. But he's small, man. This world is small.
He born September 9th, the same day as my grandfather.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. See? We all know. Between you and I, they can't get away. Okay? You'll get their birthday, but you don't get out. That's why I knew about George Floyd.
Yes.
I knew it was his birthday. That's why I could ask you. And sure enough, you said October 14, 1973. Hey, look, we go. And if you don't know, I know. But that's why we help each other. You know?
And I think it's important that those that are doing what you're doing out there, because we've been talking about that, the year 2020 was going to be weird and unusual. And of course, it's a healthy, all that kind of stuff. We've been talking about this since last year. And sure enough, it's manifested itself to be exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, 2021 is going to be a little bit more of it. So just pay attention.
Things will slow down around about 2022.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
Right. So and I mean, as you now for what you're doing now, I know you're still teaching classes, and I want everybody to know what your classes on your website, right? So I can put that up, right?
Well, actually, thanks to Brother Rich, thanks to you, thanks to Jackie Levine and other people, I've been encouraged to actually put an online course on. And in fact, the online course is now on sale, so people can get it for just $10.99. Alrighty.
Wow.
And go to my website, Lloyd-Strayhorn. That's LLOYD Strayhorn STRAYHORN.
I got it up now. I got it up for you.
Trying to get Simon himself to put on a Udemy course because I'm going to plug the hell out of it so his class can be all around the world. Because Simon, as of less than 4 months, when I was on with you and Rich, when I first made the announcement in February 26th,
yes, sir,
that I now have 1,029 students enrolled in 39 countries and 15 languages, which proves the point that numerology is universal, global, no matter where you go. Exactly. And I want you to be a part of that experience too. And I'm going to press you until you get yours up on there too, so we can plug the hell out of it.
Okay? Hey, Lloyd, from Rich and our connections here on my show, people from South Africa have been reaching out to me, Chinese people from Japan, people from Africa, people from the Caribbean have been reaching out to me, and I've been doing sessions.
Is universal. If a person walks this earth, that means, guess what? They were born on some month, some day, some year. Now, they may not speak the same language, but we got their number. All we need to do is get an interpreter. Nowadays, they got apps where you speak your linguist and it interprets in theirs so they can understand. So it's almost no excuse not to communicate, but to have 39 countries in 15 languages, over 1,000 students within a period of less than 4 months. I can't thank the Creator enough. That's I can't thank you and Rich and Jackie Levine enough. And a lot of people that try to say you should do this. And I'm glad I had the presence of mind to move forward. And I want you to do the same thing too, and have yours up there so we can get the heck out of it.
You're in a number 4 year personal cycle year. You know this. Right? So it's Aquarius. It's your year, brother.
You're Aquarius too. So come on, man. Are you serious?
I know exactly when to move. I'm planning my move because I'm gonna be something else. When I tell people, look, I said go learn from Lloyd, please. Go learn from Lloyd. When I'm gonna rip this place up.
I can't wait to turn the tables on you because of you. I now have a StreamYard live stream. I'm going to do a series of interviews. And I'm telling people up front, as I told you to your face, you are my first interview.
Thank you.
All right. I can't do it as well as you. You get people all excited, have them all stand up to their feet and jumping up and down. I can't get that, but I can't, but believe me, I'm going to plug you. You just turn on your own clapping music. I don't know where you get that from, but I bring you on.
Hey, just Google applause. That's all you have to do. Google applause. These are tricks of the trade that we learned on radio back on WBLS, WWRL. I learned these tricks for sound effects.
I said, look at Simon. Simon, I'm so proud of you, brother. This is like, I'm learning this, but now you got a whole new bag of tricks. So I got to really talk to you later how you do this. This is nice.
Yeah, I ain't finished yet. Nice. I ain't finished yet, brother. I ain't finished. But, we've been on for an hour now. I don't know if you want to do any readings. You don't want to do any readings, or we should just stay focused and keep it moving. And then everybody.
And then we come back another time or this week or later on and do readings, okay?
This was just impromptu. I asked Lloyd yesterday because of the heels of what Brother Rich did. Enough respect to Brother Rich, Queen of Four, Ankh Rising Sun, Supernova Slum, Professor James Smalls, and Sister Vicky, and Brother Red Pill. They did a very good meditation. I hope y'all go back and check that out. They read a prayer. Actually, it was a prayer, not a meditation. It was a prayer. So off the heels of them, I wanted to do this because I knew you wrote about the meditation. I know I'm going to put that in my book and show them enough respect to you, because meditation is so important, family. And if it's anything simple, you can meditate on all your birth numbers. Anything simple. You can jump from one number to the number and meditate on the positive of each one of those numbers and visualize yourself living on the highest vibration of each one of those numbers. Like I'm born February 1st, 1967. Each one of those levels of numbers means something at some interval of time, but you can use each one of them to actually motivate yourself and stay on a high resonant energy of those numbers accordingly. I'm telling you, people, believe me, it's worked.
And if we don't motivate ourselves, who will? So we are all responsible for our own motivation.
Yes, sir.
Instead of looking in King Simon's backyard or in my backyard, you need to look in your own backyard and find your riches within yourself and begin to manifest it. Simon will tell you, I'll tell you, we had no idea we would be doing something like this.
No.
But we are, and we're very good at it. And the thing as Aquarius, we love helping people. So this is great. Now, me, unlike Simon, I'm nosy. I got issues. See, I would be like, what? We gotta have issues. But mine are healthy issues, though. Okay, it's about helping you, but I gotta ask you questions or to help you. Okay.
I totally get it, brother. But brother, I want to thank you very much for being a part of this journey on King Simon Presents.
Thank you. Thank you for being in my life. You're one of the better things that's happened to me in this experience. I kid you not.
Thank you.
Rich, even Kaya. Kaya has grown. Boy, she's grown. Yeah. God bless her.
Yes.
And Jackie. And it's all people that we taught. And look at what you're doing for them. We're encouraging them to write and grow bring new contributions to the world.
That's right.
So we're doing a good job, Simon. We're going to sound like the president now, who's always giving himself some props. I'm saying for us, we're doing a good job. Okay.
No, and and people give props to Baba Lloyd, because Lloyd has taught thousands of people throughout his years. I remember when he was teaching downtown Brooklyn, I couldn't even make it down there. I think he was teaching at FU or something. One of those places he was teaching. I couldn't even make it down there that day, but I knew he mentioned it on either Gary Bird's show or BLS or LIB, and I was supposed to make it down there, but I had to do something else. I popped in for a quick second. That's what I did. Popped in. I seen you teaching on a board because you was writing on something. Then I had to get out because I had to move to something. Do something else, but I commend you, brother. I honor you, giving you your roses while you are alive, Baba. That's how we supposed to do it.
You are literally, in every sense of the word, my brother.
Yes,
and I'll defend you anywhere and back you up and support you anywhere at any time, any day.
Yes,
and for any reason.
Thank you, brother.
Right?
Thank you.
Some of the reasons we did in the past. God bless you, too.
And people don't know. If people don't know, Lloyd took Aikido, so people don't know. Like, Lloyd is an Aikido teacher. He learned how to do it.
But normally, people like us don't brag about it.
Don't brag about it. Exactly.
No. Anytime you're going to show how you can break 1,000 bricks, them you have to keep my eye on. But most of us who have done this, normally we don't have to prove anything, and nobody knows it. And especially the masters that you met in the martial art masters, from Moses Powell to Ronald Duncan.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, the cats are in the books and legends.
They were my teachers. They was my teachers verbally, and then their students were my teachers physically. So sometimes you had to be in the black belt class to be able. But they would always talk to me, and we'll talk as far as I interviewed Dr. Powell and actually put him in a newspaper, and then I interviewed Professor Moses, Professor Ronald Duncan, and had him on WWRL with me. We actually sat down and those great ones, and I'm honored to have met them, and La Puppet and Cofield, Soke Littlejohn trained me at GM Anthony Muhammad.
What's the name of the martial arts brother they call the Black Dragon? I forgot his name.
Ron Van Cleef. Ron Van Cleef. I met him, Aquarius.
I met Ron Van Cleef, and I got an autograph of his book up here in my collection.
Me too. Hey, he got a new one out now, Lloyd. He got a new one out with Michael Jai White on the front of the cover. So I'm ordering that book soon.
Really?
He got part 2.
Okay.
He got part 2.
We can know about martial arts, but it's okay, folks. Y'all will be all right.
I know we going into martial arts. Hey, brother Lloyd, thank you very much, brother. You be safe out there, man. And we'll talk, and we'll do something else again. All right?
Thank you. Thank you. Love you much, Simon. You're a great human being. God bless you. Okay, keep up the good work. And thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Brother. All right. Peace. All right. That was our brother Lloyd Strayhorn. We're giving him honor, of course, number respect. Remember, if you want to contact Lloyd, please call him at his 1-800 number. That's 1-800-581-4401. That's 1-800-581-4401. I'm here tearing up because he's one of my elders, and I respect my elders immensely, and I always show them love, man. But of course, his website is www.lloydstrayhorn.com. That's www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. That's lloyd-strayhorn.com. And you can scroll down and join his classes, especially his Udemy class. If you go to his website, click on the link, and that will help with the algorithms of Lloyd's website if you want to go and take his online class on Udemy. Also, to contact me, please text me at 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. If you are outside of the United States, please text me via WhatsApp. WhatsApp is the one. If you are outside of the United States, text me via WhatsApp. You can go to my website, KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. That's KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. Also, go order my book right now. Pre-order my book right now. My next book is called Numerovation for Mental Stability at my Shopify right now. You can go there, the Numerovation.myshopify.com products. Pre-order Numerovation for Mental Stability. Only $41.41. All shipping and handling is included wherever you may be. I don't care if you're in England. I don't care if you're in Canada. Shipping and order is included. Shipping and handling is included. All right. So even if I have to pay a little extra after it comes, I got no problem. I'm just showing love because I know it might cost a little bit more than how much I'm charging for the book anyway. So, and again, also, please like, share, subscribe to King Simon Presents on YouTube. Remember, I got a Patreon page. That's King Simon Productions. Also, the Phil Valentine lecture is on the Patreon page right now. So if you missed the Phil Valentine event that I did with Nalani, with his wife Nalani, that particular breakdown and interview that we did is no longer on YouTube. It's on the Patreon page. And if you miss the event yesterday with Black Love, because it was like I said, I had a content disclaimer. I put it on my Patreon page. It's no longer on YouTube. It's on my Patreon page. So you can go to my Patreon page and actually access it and watch it because she was breaking it down. We went into swing life. We went into why wives can be boring. We went into all of that, the relationships she's been through and all the crazy, but make sure you get her book. It's Your Fault. That's the name of the book. It's Your Fault. Coming up next on King Simon Present, family. Coming up next, we're going to show this right now. Coming up next on King Simon Presents, we have, let's make sure that's coming up. Where you at? Yes. Coming up next is we have the mathematician himself, the mathematician and poet extraordinaire, spoken word extraordinaire, Joshua Sarah, coming up this Wednesday on June the 10th. That's Wednesday, June the 10th. On Friday, we have a spiritual oracle, her spiritual advisor coming in, Shaniqua or Shaniqua. I keep on saying Shaniqua Lino is coming in. She usually do a lot of free sessions on Facebook. So she'll be on Friday with me on June the 12th. She's going to be live and direct. Shaniqua Lino will be here. On June the 14th, Sunday, June the 14th, we have Sister Denise Muhammad, who teaches. She's an aromatherapist, and she's also a holistic therapist. So she's going to teach you how to breathe and eat to live, using aromatherapy and proper food combinations. We're going to talk about it. We're going to be about it, coming from the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but also various other teachers like the Dr. Africans, the Dr. Sabi, and how it all meshed together and how it all works together. Big up to Sister Denise Muhammad coming in. On June the 17th, I got a Baba coming in. I just got to confirm the date. I don't want to put him up until, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to spoil it, but I know that number, he's connected to that number because he's born on the 26th and that's the 17th. So I'm trying to make sure he gets on. So to be announced, I'll let you know in a couple of days as soon as I get an email from him. Oh, it's going to be a special one. And on June the 21st, those people that are getting stimulus checks and don't know what to do with it, I got Miss Veronica Martin, specialist in financial specialist, coming in to help explain what you need to do, learn to invest in, how you need to spend your money and balance it out and know what to do with it. And then on June the 24th and the 28th, TBA, another two special people that I'm going to be bringing in. And then in the month of July, I got something coming up. I'm looking at Baba Baruti in the month of July. Baba Baruti coming in the month of July. Yasser Rahotep, the Kemetic master himself, coming in. And of course, Baba Heru coming in. I'm looking for Queen Afua to come in. So we're going to work some stuff in the month of July. So we're going to work some stuff. Some magic is there. And of course, I'm looking to get Baba Kaba Hayawata in also. I spoke about it. I talked to him. We've definitely been communicating. So I'm reading his book, of course. Make sure you get Baba Kaba Hayawata's book, Spirituality Before Religion. I'm reading this book, so I'm going through it, making sure I have certain questions to give to Baba Hayawata Kamene. So I want to make sure Kaba Hayawata Kamene, let's put some respect to that name, Professor Kaba Hayawata Kamene. Let me put some respect to that name. So yes, we're going to be having him in soon. So look out for all the great people that we're going to have, man. And once again, if you want to do a Numerovation session with me, consultation session, please text your full name, date of birth to 347-496-1022. Once again, if you're outside of the United States, please use WhatsApp. Befriend me on Facebook and IG at King Simon Productions. And of course, Cash App. If you want to show some Cash App love, please, $ King Simon 3158. That's $ King Simon 3158. And of course, www.paypal.me/King Simon. That's paypal.me/King Simon. Want to big up some of the sponsors. Although this was one of those special shows, I definitely got to put my sponsors out there. One of my dear friends for many years, for like probably 14 or 15, 16 years, I've known this sister. And we want to make sure, hold on, let me take the banner off so we don't spoil that. Let's take that banner off. Okay, so that should be gone. Let me see. Yes, it's removing. Let's remove it. There we go. There's my girl, Janelle. She's an Aquarius also. Big up to Janelle Lewis. Make sure if you want to find out anything, have some consultation about getting your own real estate. If you want to buy property in New York, you want to rent a room, rent an apartment, please text her at 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. Make sure you show love, spread love, and that's how we do it, the Brooklyn way. Spread love the Brooklyn way. So look, I'm going to get on out of here. We're going to take a step to the rear and get on out of here. And do I have any music in there? No, I don't have any music. So what we do have is the meditation music. So let's put the meditation music on. And I'm going to close out. I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this journey. Want to thank, of course, Brother Lloyd Strayhorn, who came in and did what he did and provided that meditative information. Please watch the video over and over again. Want to thank all of you. Want to thank Sonetta for coming through. Sonetta actually came through on the chat. I know he's doing something right now with Robert F. Kennedy. He got Robert F. Kennedy on there with him right now doing a live interview. Hey, it is what it is, family. Let's do what we got to do. Stay focused, stay at peace, stay out of trouble. And like Marcus Mosiah Garvey says, up you mighty nation, you could accomplish what you will. And like my great friend back there, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad says, we all must learn to be saints, saviors, soldiers, scholars, healers, and killers. That is the warrior's creed. Saint, saviors, soldiers, scholars, healers, and killers. That is the warrior's creed. Everyone has it within them. When it's time to come out, each one of them will come out at different intervals of times of your life. That's just how it is. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be. One love, one aim, one destiny. Peace.